Is there anything that's become more of a thing than the whole hot cocoa thing? All you have to do is go on Pinterest and you'll find 1,000 different ways to create your own hot cocoa bar. You can have hot chocolate birthday parties, hot chocolate Christmas parties, or the new IOD Fall Winter Release Party. We've all gotten together to create a whole playlist party for the new IOD Fall Winter Release. You'll find the playlist linked below in the description box, along with the IOD YouTube channel. That's linked below as well. I'm going to show you how I used IOD's new Cozy stamp to create some hot cocoa bar signage for your next hot cocoa party. And I'm going to show you 3 different techniques that I use for layering those stamps. For today's project, I'm going to use an old cupboard door and create an erasable chalkboard surface. Paint the surface with a dark charcoal paint and apply several coats of clear polyacrylic finish, drying completely between each layer. Let's grab our Cozy stamp, some IOD erasable white chalk, and a brayer. Then what I like to do is I like to take that removable mask sheet out of the package. These are masks for layering stamps. And so I don't lose track of them, I take them all out of the sheet and then I make a little envelope out of my stamp packaging. Pop them all inside that little envelope. Prepare the surface of the stamp the first time you use it to give it a little bit of tooth to easily accept the ink. Now decide what layout you want for your stamps. I like to lay them out on a plain piece of paper first and play around with the arrangement. Grab a surface to put your ink on, and then you want your erasable ink. The erasable ink is important for this project because you can easily wipe away with a damp cloth anytime you make a mistake or if you want to change your design. I like to apply my ink with a brayer. Then I very carefully put my stamp in place, and without shifting or lifting, I'll hold the stamp with one hand and press gently with the other hand to make sure that I have a complete transfer of the image. But hey, if we don't get complete transfer, it's okay too. It just makes it look a little more realistic. But remember that if you do want to clear away any mishaps, you can wipe it away with a damp cloth. I like to keep baby wipes handy while I'm working on my project just to keep my cleanup easier. You'll find that these IOD stamps are made to work end to end, so they match up on either end of the trim piece so you can lay a longer length of a border trim. As I lay out my design with the stamps, I want to be aware of where I might want overlapping features. I'll use a few different techniques to layer my stamps. One of them is to just simply wipe away the ink on the stamp where you want to apply another layer over it. See how the texture on the upper part of the stamp has been removed? Now I'm going to layer that whipped cream right over top of that, and we won't have conflicting, messy textures all overlapping one another. These cozy little cups are made so that you can then layer other little stamps and designs over the top of them and customize them the way you like. Here's another way that I like to layer my stamps. See this little cinnamon stick? I want it to stick out of the coffee cup. So I just apply the ink over the part of the stamp that's going to come out of the cup. Here's a hot tip. I keep a dish full of soapy water handy and throw my used stamps into the soapy water and kind of clean them off and lay them out on a paper towel. It makes cleanup so much easier in the end. Now let's grab that envelope full of masks that I set aside, and I'll show you how we do another layering technique using the IOD reusable masks. Now that the ink on my cup has dried, I want to lay the mask over top of it. My goal is I want the snowflake to look like it's coming from behind the cup. So I apply the inked snowflake stamp in the position where I want it, press it onto the chalkboard, and also press it right onto that mask over the cup. Let's apply a mask now over that little teacup and layer some cinnamon sticks behind it. Apply the ink over the cinnamon stick stamp, position it in place, press it onto the chalkboard and onto the mask. And then when you lift that mask, you've got cinnamon sticks layered behind a coffee cup. Let's create a message on the hot cocoa bar sign with the IOD typesetting stamp. I position the letters in place, leaving some space where I need to repeat letters, and then using a thin mount, I'll press that onto the backs of the stamps, lift it, and apply my ink with the brayer. Flip the whole thing over and press it into place. You just want to be sure that you hold that thin mount with one hand and then press each of the letters with your other hand so that you make complete contact. And then fill in the spaces with the other letters. Then I painted the outside of my cupboard door with a few coats of paint and added a few other embellishments with some white chalk. I found a couple of vintage market signs down in the basement, so I thought I would create something really cute with those as well using the cozy stamp. So I cut some masonite to fit inside the frames, painted them with that chalkboard finish, and then just used my imagination. I laid out different stamps in different arrangements and just made some little accent pieces to go along with my big sign for the cocoa bar. You're going to have so much fun using the cozy stamp and all of these different elements to create your own holiday designs for decor, for gift giving, and just for some fun crafting with friends and family. We hope you enjoy this little project with the cozy stamp by IOD, and don't forget to check the description box below for that playlist where you'll find all kinds of projects that other stockists have created for the new Fall/Winter IOD release. You'll also find all of the links for the products that I use today in the description box below, and you can find us at ellenjgoods.com or at our brick and mortar shop in Medina, New York. We'd love it if you'd subscribe, hit that notification button, and in the comments below, let us know what you'd like to see us create next at Ellen J Goods.
What? What other kinds of I wasn't even trying to think about it. Okay. So first with hot chocolate.
Yeah, because I'll love it. I'm just trying to think. Pretty. And I'm gonna throw